Let's start with Chargers -3 against the Titans. And I get that Tennessee does have a scrappy defense, but the conservative game plan we saw from the Chargers, sticking to the ground game, shorter average depth of target, nonsense, baloney. They're not going to do that. They do want to throw it deep, especially with whatever Austin Eckler's status is. So to me, that means that the Chargers are going to air it out more. That will be a good thing against the Titans. So give me Chargers -3. Next, Texans +1 against the Colts. To me, the wrong team is favored here. Anthony Richardson wasn't on the injury report, but is that knee going to be a question mark? So that's going to be a big deal here. Colts offensive line is also banged up, so the protection is going to be a problem. So I think that Texans defense could very well feast, especially with Will Anderson as the focal point. Number 3, Seahawks +5.5 against the Lions. Geno Smith, second highest success rate on quarterbacks in week 1. I get the injuries are mounting, but just make it a quick game. Just, get rid of the ball in less than 2.5 seconds. And I think if you do that enough times, you can at least keep it close against Detroit. Number 4, hold your nose for this one, guys. Hold your nose. Cardinals +5.5 against the Giants. New York may have the worst offensive line in all of the National Football League. We saw Micah Parsons do whatever he wanted, even when double teamed. I think that's a sign that Daniel Jones will not get a whole lot of pass protection. And look, this Cardinals pass rush against Sam Howell last week wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. They may be able to feast against Daniel Jones and at least keep this game close. So I like the Cardinals to cover that one. And then finally, Denver -3.5 versus the Commanders. I think Denver has a better offense than you might think. And I do feel like, home field advantage can be helpful here. I wouldn't put too much stock into it. But now after that game against the Cardinals, I have Sam Howell questions. And if this game turns into a shootout, which I don't expect it to because the Broncos, Greg Dulcich, his status isn't good. So, yeah, they might be running out of weapons in Denver. But if it is a shootout, you trust Sean Payton more in that situation. So give me Denver at -3.5.
Interesting list. And the list that I'm going to give out, well, first off, people that listen to our contest segment last year, we did it on Fridays. So try to get this out there on Thursdays. And it doesn't mean we are dead set that we are 100% in on this for lightning bets on Friday or final picks for the weekend, but just how we're feeling right now. And like usual, I'm at 6, 7 that I feel good about and trying to pick out those. So I'll also mention the ones that I was very, very close on. All right. I'm going with Atlanta. I have Ritter questions just like everybody else. After what we saw this week, I wonder if Arthur Smith trusts a guy. He had the lowest ADOT. It was shorter than Justin Fields, not pushing the ball down at all. But something I keep coming back to is just the mismatch that we're going to see with the Falcons' run game, scheming that up, using both Bijan and Algier, which I like to see because after what Algier did last year, he deserved to get more time. It certainly looks like he's going to be getting plenty of run this season. And for years now, the Packers have struggled to stop the run. There's a big difference, Bears matchup-wise, just the Bears offense, Luke Getsy against Arthur Smith calling plays. I don't want to overreact to an impressive Packers win, an impressive final score against the Bears. And plus, Aaron Jones did not practice yesterday. We'll see if he returns from the hammy later on in his career. I don't know that he's going to be ready. Christian Watson's still not practicing. Number 1 receiver for the Packers. Didn't matter against the Bears, but I think it will matter against the Falcons. I think the Falcons should be favored. Wrong team favored here. I like them to win at home. They are +1. Damn. They had to give us Chiefs 3.5, didn't they? They didn't want to give us the 3 because they knew everybody would be on it. Well, I'm on it. Andy Reid, extra time to prepare, coming off the loss. Didn't have your biggest playmaker on offense or defense, and it looks like you're going to have both Travis Kelce and Chris Jones on the field. Jaguars, I have questions about the offensive line, potentially a cluster injury situation. On the Jaguars defense, Josh Allen was unbelievable. Ed was pumping him up in the preseason, and that looks really good after one game. But get right spot. We've seen it so many times. When you get the Chiefs and Mahomes at a short number like this, you just take it, and it's been profitable. I'm going to back the Chiefs, even though I wish I was getting 3. It's at 3.5. Speaking of bounce back spots, we're going to see it in a divisional matchup. This is not budging off the 3.5. Was hoping another situation where we'd get the 3, but we did not. I was not all that impressed with the Ravens. Give me the Bengals. I'm worried about the calf, but we're not going to see that again. And they have a history in this specific matchup of taking care of the Ravens. Jamar Chase primed for a big performance as long as Burrow's all right. I'm okay laying 3.5 with the Bengals. Big number game where I'm going to take the underdog. Yeah, everyone's freaking out about Zach Wilson. I don't think it's going to be the Jets feeling sorry for themselves. I think they're going to ride the wave of the big win on Monday night into this game against the Cowboys, and you're giving me 9.5 points. Maybe this thing gets to 10, but getting 9.5, yeah, everyone's super high on the Cowboys, and they should be after that win, but that's not going to be a repeat performance. I'm worried about the Cowboys pass rush going up against the Jets, but the Jets will do enough. They're going to run the ball more and play defense. That's why this total is only 39. So I think a low total game, high point spread, give me the dog in the Jets. And the other one I'm going to give out is the market going against me, and it seems like they're worried about O-line issues. Sunday Night Football, Patriots at home. We're getting 3 points. I was impressed with Mac Jones against the Eagles secondary. I liked how the Patriots defense really played. They only gave up 9 points to the Eagles offense after the first quarter on Sunday. They showed me something. And everyone's sky high on the Dolphins, and that's fair. I'm big on the Dolphins too. But Patriots divisional matchup at home, getting 3 points. I think they learned that they can't do the Zeke thing much because they stopped doing that after early on. So give me New England +3. Atlanta, KC, Cincinnati, New York Jets, New England Patriots. Close ones that maybe I'd land on. Ed, I agree with you on Seattle +5.5. I do want to see the state of the offensive line on the final injury report. And I think we're in disagreement. This is a lean, but we're in disagreement on Washington, Denver. And I was really mad at Washington too, but I think they're going to figure a few things out. They'll have a better performance. Getting 3 in the hook, I would only consider that side.
Love it. All right, I'm going to kick things off. Number 1. Browns -2.5 over the Steelers. Didn't absolutely love what I saw from Deshaun Watson in week 1, but I think there is some upside there. He's got a new offensive coordinator in Bill Musgrave, and I just think this team will continue to get better. I'm a little bit more down on the Steelers. Hey, listen, Kenny Pickett, phenomenal preseason. Is he the answer? He didn't look like it last week, so I like the Browns -2.5. My second pick, I'm going up against Joe here. I like what I saw from Jordan Love and the Packers, so I'm taking Packers -1. I just think it was, against a weak Bears defense, but I think that the Packers will have the edge here. I'm really not a big fan of Ritter, and I do love Bijan Robinson, but overall, I think this is a better Packers team. Number 3, I'm going with Bills -9.5 over the Raiders. It's the Raiders. And we're talking about quarterbacks and teams that I think can bounce back. And I do believe in Josh Allen. This Bills team is a complete team. And I think they will be upset and learn from their mistakes, make some adjustments, and they can cover this large number. Saints -3 over the Panthers. This one could be sweaty. The Saints defense, their cornerbacks are so good. Offensively, you got Derek Carr. He looked really solid, throwing for over 300 yards. I just really like what I see from the Saints team. I even think they could win the division. So Saints -3 over the Packers. And tonight, I'm going Eagles -6 against the Vikings. Kirk Cousins in prime time. I also think this is a bounce back spot for the Eagles. This team is really good. I'm not worried about the injuries, at least not yet in this matchup. And I think they can cover this -6.
So we've got a Packers-Falcons game where we have contrarian opinions here. Is this a show bet?
Yes. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Aaron?
How would it be
Packers,
a show bet
Falcons.
if we're going up against each other? What do you mean?
He's saying, what are we going to bet? You're going to bet on the
Yeah.
you guys going to
Oh.
make a wage side action.
Yeah.
Oh,
Little
well.
side bet
You should
here.
do
What are
it
we gonna
where one of your previous bets that both of you have not paid out on, one of them gets wiped away, but somebody gets something added.
Oh, classic double or
okay.
nothing.
Oh,
Love it.
yeah.
A double or nothing deal. Okay. Well,
And
Joe
one
doesn't have a
cancels out.
tab.
I love how
that does-
Ed's into show bets when it doesn't involve himself.
Speaking of unpaid
Well,
tabs,
yeah. Of
It
course I would
does.
be. Yeah.
Why don't you
Yeah.
just
Why wouldn't they
suggest
be?
I get into this again? Okay, that sounds great.
Well, I mean, Packers-Falcons, it's a random game, so why not we have
The
some fun?
1
with it?
point spread, yeah. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a good time. Watch that game end in a tie.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
be great.
How do we do double or nothing since I didn't lose?